Well, tell the listeners a little bit about what you got going on, all that kind of good stuff.
Okay, well, I'm Antoinette, and I have an event planning company called Purposeful Events. My first event will be September the 13th at Pinstripes in Stockbridge, Georgia. I'm looking for vendors, anybody black-owned business that want to come out and support. It's a friends and family day. Just come out, have a good time, and I will be checking your temperature at the door. Okay. So if you want any information, you can find me on Instagram at Purposeful Events, or you can hit me up on Facebook. And I look to see everybody there. Thank you. And tickets will be sold on Eventbrite.
Okay, all righty, cool. I need the band. Good grief needs to be in the building. Now, tell us how we can follow you on social media. You want to share that as well, or
my IG is Purposeful Events.
Okay.
Or is Antoinette.buu.
Okay.
On Instagram. Either way.
Okay, all righty, cool. Hey, Miss Crystal, how you doing, love?
Chilly girl.
Ah, you look cute, auntie. My guest is so pretty today. Well, say hey to the people, and if you want to tell them something, if not, we just keep on rolling.
Don't have much to say.
Okay.
Hey, everybody, it's your girl, Chris Street. I will get my Instagram out, but my students will be on me, so we can't do that. But right now, I'm just on Facebook with my name, Crystal Street. And I do have things that I'm working on, but I'm still kind of getting some things going, so I got some stuff coming soon. I'm just
all right.
That low for right
We're going to have you back on the station and talk about it. Well, I want to do an icebreaker real quick. Y'all know we didn't do it last week, but usually I have what I call rules of engagement for love and relationships, or I like to call them Bonnie's commandments of love. So my first one we did the last time anyway. We talked about consistency. And you know how you might meet a new dude or whatever, and how he go all in the first couple weeks, right? Go hard, right? And it starts to dwindle because sometimes they just doing too much, more than they can keep up with. You know what I mean? So that was commandment 101. You know, be consistent. So today, I actually shout out to my girl Akina. I stole this from her IG. It says, stay away from people who always consider you expressing how you feel as you arguing or being extra. It's called gaslighting. Toxic people do that so they don't have to take accountability for their own behavior. So this one comes not only with the rule of engagement, but it also comes with the vocabulary word today. Gaslighting. It's I thought the English one. So I had to Google it because I was like, okay, I think I speak very well, but I didn't know what that was. Gaslighting. All right, so I Googled it. It's a verb. Manipulate someone by psychology, and it means to question, or you make them question their own sanity. That's real, right? Because you know you're with somebody, you'll call them out, and they make you think you tripping, right? And so I'm just like, wait a minute. So I'm sitting over here like, dang, why am I mad? Because he cheated, you know? Like, you know what I mean? Have y'all experienced that before? Have y'all got any kind of people like that in your circle in your life?
I hear you aggressive, and well, it is what it is. It'll be very direct.
I'm gaslighting you. You're so aggressive. You're too independent.
Yeah.
No. Ew.
The problem is you don't have your stuff together, so you're intimidated. And I feel like a lot of times, men, and I hear it, all women are crazy. That's not the situation.
I know they did.
That's not the situation. What are you doing to make me react like that?
Right. It's a cause.
There's a cause for it.
Right, for that effect. Yes.
That's where that accountability goes hand in hand. Right. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, the gaslight. Not about to make me feel crazy.
Right. Okay. Got me second guessing all, and I'm a pretty confident person, so I'm just like, wait a doggone minute. Yeah. So again, we gonna recover this lesson. Stay away from people who will always have you considering your expression and how you feel is arguing. Like, it's okay if I want to talk about it or let you know, because at the end of the day, I feel like, how do you know that bothers me if I can't tell you?
Well, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So don't fuss at me at this point. And Akina's watching. Hey, Akina, shout out to Akina for this. I don't know if you was on earlier, but I said I stole this from your IG girl. So thank you for Vonnie 102 rules of engagement, Vonnie's commandments. But anywho, like I said, tonight is a follow up to last week's show.
Okay.
We called it Gentlemen's Discussions. We really was able to get a male's perspective on love and relationships, what they think about dating, what they thought some of the huge misconceptions was, all that kind of good stuff. Now, I had a whole plan or outline last week, but we didn't follow any of it. So this week I didn't bring nothing. We just gonna wing it. We're gonna go nilly willy. We're gonna have fun.
Ooh.
And yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Let's go.
So my first area of topic, and you all, if you have something that you want to touch as well, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but we gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? But I wanted to find out, because you touched on it a little bit earlier, Crystal. Do you all think, or have you found that men are intimidated by a woman that has a lot to bring to the table? Like, do you feel like they don't have anything to offer you? You got a job, a vehicle, what I think are the essentials for life.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Not anything to throw at you or fight you with or scare you away.
Right.
I need this because I need somewhere to sleep tonight.
Right.
You know what I mean? A whole house
Exactly.
or a job that pays me well.
Right.
Because then if I don't, I feel like, okay, well, are you saying I got my hand out? You know what I mean? So if I don't have a job that pays me well, then I got my hand out.
Right.
So it's like a doomed if you do, doomed if you don't type thing. What's y'all's experience with that? Like, does the man get scared away? Do you run them off, or are they okay with it? Are they really okay with the independent woman?
You know, the first
that independent movement, that whole independent movement, right? There's so many compartments to it. 'Cause it's like, back in the day, the roles were traditional.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the 90s came in, and it was like, I'm a 90s girl in the 90s world. I can do what a man does and everything. I'm independent. It started going way left. Because then, like you would meet a guy, he would approach you, hey, you look nice, can I take you out? You go on a few dates, you talk on the phone, a couple weeks, a month down the road, you might give him a little something. Men were working for stuff. They don't have to work for anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They want instant gratification.
Exactly.
And so that whole, I can do what a man do, I could, sleep with you on the first date and all this type of stuff, that's when it's totally left to where it's like, why should I hold out for you and your expectations when I can go down to the shell with Boom Chica and she'll move me in next week? Because that's really what's happening.
Well, you better go with Boom Chica.
You better go with Boom Chica.
Yeah.
I can't help that I have standards. Because you know what?
Exactly.
I have it going on, and I need you to have it going on. You see what I'm saying? A man can't, in my mind, he can't complete me. I'm already complete. And I need
He's
you
supposed
to
to
be complete.
compliment
You understand what I'm saying? He's a
Right.
compliment. I'm a steak.
Yes.
You lobster. We surfing and turfing. You understand what I'm saying? Seriously, you're that compliment. Because when you're complete in your life and you have it going on in your life, then I can get 100% of it. If you're incomplete and you got things going on, then you're picking at me for things that I worked hard for. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you can only give me 1/3 of you because the other 2/3 is concentrating on something else that you should be already taking
But
care
I'm
of.
a man, though. How can I be incomplete?
Girl,
You bought me a table, whether it was a folding table or whatever. You bought the table.
Right.
But I don't even know what I want on the table.
Mm.
I'm just saying.
He wants some chicken nuggets.
Oh.
He ain't ready for the lobster.
No.
Right?
Season, baby.
Okay.
You better say, I'm not doing
Large
that.
all day.
Right.
But you know what? You hit on last week. Your boy touched on when he goes to Bonquisha's house and can just move all in with his spend the night bag, right? So we learned last week another vocabulary word. That was a hobo ship.
That's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. But why do we allow that as women, though?
You know why?
I mean, because we can't blame the men when you allow it. If I allow you to come
That's
around
what I
with
was
your
saying. We
bag-
got to take
Let
accountability
me tell you
for
something.
right.
We can sit here and say all day that all men are dogs.
Exactly.
But we have to take accountability for the poor decisions that we make.
As women.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because a lot of times, and we're going to do this, we'll rationalize. He has so much potential.
Yeah.
You cannot fall in love with someone's potential.
Girl, no.
You can't fall in love with we putting it down. Because the ones with pound game, the hobos. I'm saying that right now. They're putting it down. But let me tell you something. Georgia Power don't take potential or dick. I tried. I called. They don't.
You tried? No, you did.
I know my life.
You better say it.
Can I please make a power? I Right. So I got $50 on my Visa.
Right.
And I'm paid the rest in dick.
Exactly.
And no,
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen that way. You see what I'm saying? So once
baby, cover
again,
your ears. No
it
kidding.
has to be balanced. Yeah. You're not gonna find someone with the whole package, but it has to be balanced.
I understand that, but they got to have something. Come on, I know you're not gonna get the whole package from anything, anybody. I understand that, but the package, it has to be something, some type of substance in the package.
That's true.
That's what I'm.
That's true. And as a woman,
Because I don't mind building with you.
Yes, I don't mind either. Let's be clear.
I don't mind.
Right.
But you can't have me doing everything. You just sitting here watching.
That's true.
We're not gonna do that.
You
But
have to
as
have-
women, we'll do it and say we have a man. I got me one more.
Right.
I got me a husband. I'm married. I'm just. That's what we do.
Times are not that hard. I
No,
already got 2 kids.
some
I
people
don't want another kid.
Exactly.
You know
A
what I'm
grown
saying?
one.
I need
He
you
don't
to
listen.
be
He
taking
don't
the
return
lead.
your
I need
calls.
you
He
to
don't.
do it. Because I'm holding my side of the bargain up.
Right.
But once again, women will rationalize and will fall in love with that cat because he's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
And we'll start saying stuff out loud that sounds totally bogus. Like, I know he ain't had a job in 2 years, but every time he picked me up in my car, he put $5 in the tank, girl.
Uh-oh.
I don't even know what to say because I don't even want to be around
But
women
it's
like
the,
that.
but it's
Like,
the
what?
truth. But it's the truth.
That sound like gaslighting, y'all.
You're giving him credit for things he should already be doing.
Exactly.
Right, right.
But if he don't know, nobody showed him.
I-
The people he hang around, come on now.
I've had to ask, who was your ex-girlfriend? Because she was a bum. She didn't talk to you next time.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that too.
Oh.
Come on.
I want to check references.
Oh.
Like, can I have your last? Can I have your last 3 girlfriends, your mama, and your next door neighbor's number? Like,
Listen, I was talking to a guy a couple of years ago. Okay, he was a little bit older than me, and the very first conversation we had, he came out the gate. He's like, "I need to ask you 2 questions. Are you bisexual and do you smoke weed?"
huh?
So I was like, I answered the questions, and then he was like, "Ooh, I got that out the way." And then he said 3, this question, 4, this question, 5. And at first I was like, "What is this? What am I on the witness stand? I mean, what is this, an interview?" But I appreciated him asking me those questions out the gate. I appreciate men. You need to ask questions.
Well,
You
to
need
me,
to
that
ask
shows that you're interested.
But also, we don't waste each other's time.
Right.
I'm knocking on 40. Hello. Open
Yeah.
the door.
I'm not no fit.
So you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's okay to ask questions to get what we want out the gate. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's stop this. We kicking it till I figure out. No, bro.
Right.
This is what I'm looking for. Someone to take a journey with.
Exactly.
Someone to invest in me.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We need to get that out the gate.
Yeah.
Let's have that
Questions.
conversation.
Let's have that conversation. And guess what? If he can't handle it, he going.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Because you can waste my time.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I always say my time is so valuable because, especially here in Atlanta, we as women have gotten the stereotype that we want a free meal. But guess what, y'all? I could buy my own chicken nuggets all by myself, and so I don't need you to take me to dinner. If I'm at dinner with you, it's because I genuinely
Right.
am interested in getting to know you.
Uh-oh.
I'm genuinely interested in what you have to bring to the table.
Exactly.
So it's not because I wanted a free meal tonight because I was hungry.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
See, how deep can this conversation go? 'Cause there's a lot of women out here giving head for chicken sandwiches. That's what I'm saying.
What?
We're not
Beyonce, how you
keeping
doing?
the bar where it needs to
Giving
be.
head for chicken?
Girl, I mean, because we're celebrating the mediocrity of what these men are offering.
Oh, I'm late, man.
And instead of giving that bar raise, it's like, girl, he took me to Panda Express. Yes, girl.
I wish he would.
I mean, I'm just saying that.
Huh? What?
Y'all.
Run that by me one more again.
At least take it to a Thai restaurant. I don't take it to a fake place.
I understand that I can buy my own meal.
I can cook my own
I
meal.
could cook my own
Because
meal.
they said last week we couldn't cook. That's what they said last week.
But if you listen to what's out there in the media,
You see me got my lip poked out?
the songs, all the stuff that's out there, women are thriving on. I got that WA.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, that's not going to keep them. sis.
Exactly.
You can get them, but you can't keep them.
Exactly.
You got the WAP, but you ain't got the JOB.
That's always so disgusting.
I mean, it's cool and everything, but what really are our expectations? What are we putting out in the black community? Like, what is it about with men and women?
Oh, that's a whole nother
That's
thing.
what goes back to that asking questions. So you know
Exactly.
And ask more questions than how many kids you have and what's your favorite position. Because you asking those who want, listen.
What's your favorite position?
First date, the first date.
Give me my number back. How about that? Like,
Right.
like for real. Like,
Like,
give.
you don't ask me where I went to school at.
Exactly.
Wait, you don't even want to ask me my first and last name?
Exactly.
You just know me by Chris. You understand what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like, it's a disconnect between men and women. And I
It
date
is.
men in their 40s. So imagine 45, 46, you knocking on 50, bro. Your AARP about to set in and
Yes,
and
it
I'm
is.
still dealing with this type of stuff.
Right. Right.
And
The
then
mindset.
they wonder, like for me, they'll be 31, 32, and I just give them an instant no because I can't.
I can't go young.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
can't.
If you consider Chris Cross old school, I can't. That's not. You know what I'm saying? Soulja Boy old school.
Exactly.
I know.
Well, before we go any further, ladies, say hello to Mr. Deontay, my co-host.
Hi,
What's
Beyonce.
happening?
What's up,
How y'all doing?
How you
I just-
been?
I'm dealing with life.
You
I'm
dealing
oh,
with
that's
life?
I'm dealing with life. I'm fighting and I was struggling, but I will tell you this: I had y'all on the app
Did
on
you?
the way here. I was flying. There was some stuff y'all was saying. I got to take up for the men. I got to jump in here because they got the field
Look
day
at
on
you
us.
try. Look at you try.
But guess what? Last
I heard
week
some good stuff
the
too.
men held it down. They
They
brought the business. So tonight's the clap back. No, I'm just kidding. No, it ain't no.
all
It's
good.
not.
And
No.
I hated this last week. I was at the cabin doing some family stuff, but this
Yeah.
week I had to make sure I showed my face and showed my presence
Yes.
because y'all was in here. And for a second, y'all looked like y'all was jumping on folks. I
We had a
heard-
male basket session for about 5 minutes.
Just a little bit. I
So
heard Vonnie say something like, "If that's how I feel like going over my questions I have with you, then why do I have to dumb it down or something?" You ain't say dumb it down, but you were saying why did you have to tone it down? I guess.
In gaslighting.
Uh,
In our new vocabulary word.
yeah, and I just was listening to that. Like, man, most men not gonna really respond well if you come drooling and barking and
But you know what?
and
They
biting.
don't.
So you
Sometimes.
have to introduce whatever your concern is a certain way
But
for
y'all
him
can
to
do it.
respond. Huh?
But y'all can do it though.
But
How we do it?
Wait a minute.
Y'all
Hold
do.
on.
I mean,
He
you
said
said
hold
introduce
on.
it.
Y'all can do it, but we can't do it.
Introduce
Deontay.
it a
I don't know
certain
many
way.
men that just come in the door and just be like, "Hey, why this ain't right?" Like,
No,
like,
I don't-
women
I
do
don't
that
bar.
and expect
No, I would-
expect something to be positive or to expect
No,
a real.
That's
no,
definitely not. That's definitely not the approach
Deontay,
that
you gotten to know me for a few months now,
Yes, ma'am.
and so I think that I have a really soft approach. I really
Absolutely.
do. Like I could be like,
You want to get it out?
I'm not intimate
I would
with
just
you
be
though.
like,
Oh,
So
but-
your approach with me ain't gonna be the same.
Right,
but
that's
you're
fair.
right. But guess what? I really don't sugarcoat. This is me. So I can be direct, but my approach is soft. So if I want to know who the hell that girl is,
And that's fine. That
I'm-
way you just said it. That's
It's
fine.
too much
Okay.
tiptoeing,
Who
though.
the hell-
Right.
Listen how she said that just now. Who the hell that girl is? How she did that? That's fine. But don't come and slap everything
no,
down.
that's
who the,
not.
Who the F is? You're
Right,
not gonna get the right response like that because right now I'm in defense mode.
don't
Right,
trip on
right.
me, though, 'cause don't trip on
So
me.
what? I'm
I
sorry.
kept
What's
hearing one of y'all.
What's
I
the
kept
what's the
hearing-
correct way to ask who this girl is? What's the correct way?
Right,
I
because
thought that was fine. I mean, I'm not telling you.
Who
You got
was
to
that,
come
sweetheart?
super logical and planned. And
Who
was
it don't
that
got to
cute
come
young
like that. 'Cause
lady?
we understand there's some
answer
emotion
the
there.
question.
It don't got to come like that. But don't come barking and drooling.
Tell
'cause
us how
that
to
way
do
you.
it, Deontay.
I thought that was fine.
Who was that, sweetheart?
That girl is.
No. Okay, let's say the girl was at an event y'all was both at together. Okay, y'all leave the event. The time you get in the car, that's good enough. That means y'all away from everybody and everybody don't have to know y'all business. The second the door closed, you can do whatever posture you need to do and get in whatever.
Oh, so you don't want nobody
Move.
showing out in public?
Especially if you wrong.
Oh no, I
What
ain't
if when I
finna show
tell
out
you
in
who the
public.
girl is?
Cause she not
it's
finna see
all
me
innocent.
sweat.
Hold on. What if when I tell you who the girl is, it's super innocent and your perception took you way too far?
Right.
We don't want that embarrassment on both of us to
Right.
be in public.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So when soon as his door closed, you can say,
Take off my shoe and whack
you
him.
can
No.
You
He's
can
talking, but he's talking talking about a situation
Okay.
where there is nothing going on.
Okay.
We're talking about a situation where there is a girl.
Like
and
we
there's
got
some
whole
foolishness going
tangible
on.
packaging.
Now it's
You
Like,
still want everybody in your
no,
business?
I agree with
no,
that.
but
Because she's not
it's-
gonna see me sweat.
It's not
You
about
know,
seeing me
so
sweat, but also it's a certain level of respect I feel because I've gotten, and this was way back in the day, but I've gotten those calls like, "You was at my man's house." Those type of
no.
calls. You see what I'm saying? I've gotten those type of calls, and it's like at the end of the day, I'm gonna go off on you. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go. There's no easy way to say it. Let me tell you something.
Right.
And that's
There's
fine.
no cute way to say it. I don't care how you put icing on it. You
That's
can put cherries
fine.
on it. There's no,
Exactly.
because at that point, I'm hurt,
Right.
and a lot of it is hurt. Now, rah in the streets and in public, I don't agree with that
Right,
because you look
yeah.
ignorant. People from afar.
Exactly.
Nobody knows who's
Nobody.
right. So y'all
So
both
I
just
agree.
Right.
There's a time and a place for everything. But
Right.
if you think I'm a tiptoe around some stuff,
No,
there's no tiptoeing, bro.
at all.
We got to deal with this right now.
Yes.
And a lot of times,
I
men
agree
will
with
use
you
that as,
100%.
oh, if you wasn't yelling, I would have told you. So I had to come at you for you to tell me because he wasn't going to tell me unless I brought it up.
Anyway.
That's what
Anyway.
That made me mad.
So Deontay, this is Crystal. Say hey, Crystal. This is Antoinette. Say hey, Antoinette.
He came in here like with that name.
Yeah.
Oh man, 'cause y'all was doing it. Y'all was doing it.
We're here for it,
Antoinette and Crystal, say hey to Deontay.
Is Deontay married?
He is.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you gotta see. That's the kind of feedback we need.
Okay.
We need that. We trying to jump the broom around here. So we need some insight on that.
I need my own counsel.
Uh,
I need my own. Not, I'm just for my whole thing, not me
Right.
individually, just
Right.
for my whole thing. That's
And
all.
let's be honest.
how long you been married?
I've been married at least 15 years.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's no, it is. I couldn't even get somebody to call me. Stop texting me.
Oh yes. Well, we talked about that last week too. Like, does that mean that I'm dated? Like, because I expect a phone conversation? Because I feel like I can't get to know you. Don't ask me a paragraph answer via text. Like,
I'm not texting my whole life.
No, it's that it's called too needy. Too needy. You want
I
to call you all
I
the
seen
time.
a movie and it was a crappy movie. It was a very low budget movie, but it was a movie I think Trina produced it or had something to do with it.
Trina.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but it had some, yeah, but listen.
She doing cinema?
No, it's a while ago. It's a while ago. But the point of the movie was all the women had took they took a stance and they had took their vagina back and would call themselves
oh.
trying to make the men step up and
Take
do the
your
right
vagina back,
and do the right
sis.
thing. And so that aspect of the movie is what really needs to go on now. I think a lot of what's going on now, I think what I was hearing when I was on my way here, a lot of women allow it.
They do.
I said that too, yeah.
And in so many
You have to
words,
take
and in so many
accountability.
words, not trying to downplay the vagina or the woman, but it's kind of like business. If I'm over here selling hats and I'm selling them for $10, and then you over here selling them for $2, you messing up the market.
Right.
Right.
You messing up the market. You
Taking
make
it
that man step up and do this and do
Fuck
that
pussy
to get.
economics.
You know what I'm saying? Make that man step up and do this and do that to get what he looking for. But if all he had to do over here, like you were saying, is buy you a box of blunts or get you
Some
a snack,
chicken nuggets.
and you gave him exactly what I was gonna give him for the $10, or you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You messing up the market.
Oh, that's
And so,
true.
in so many words, I feel like women need to come together, and
we do and we don't.
and it's a lot of
Let's
times.
have a meeting, ladies.
It's just a lot of
Yeah.
times where some women have
Take
been
it
hurt
out
in a way
Yeah.
where they just want to feel certain things, so they
Yeah.
allow certain things, and they not
Yeah.
thinking about woman code. They just think about what they needed individually.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I know I ain't supposed to be messing with that married man, but he gave me everything I was looking for at the time.
Somebody asked
That type of thing.
earlier this week about why women date married men, and I know someone that does that. She happens to be with married men all the time, and it's because of she don't want the rejection of her own relationship.
Mm.
You
And
understand
that's
what I'm
real.
saying? Because
And
she
that's
knows the
real.
married man can only go so far, so she can
Exactly.
get what she wants, send him home, and she don't have to worry about
If he ever would have contributed or
right
committed
having
to
an
her.
actual
Right.
exactly. And
Right.
so I definitely don't agree with that. I don't want nobody. I'm selfish. I'm not sharing you with nobody.
We don't want no community.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I want my own.
It's
man.
too much germs going around.
Right.
Because at the end
Forget
of the day,
germs. It's just what goes around comes around.
all of it.
Yeah.
You
Forget the
gonna treat me
germs.
well and you dogging your wife, the person
Right.
with your last name, the
Mhm.
person on
Bear
your life
your
insurance, the
children.
person right. You see what I'm saying? So no, I want my
Yes.
own individual. But
Right.
sometimes out of desperation, time goes on. You're like, dang, I ain't had a man in this many times. Deontay, I guess you.
man,
I
right.
guess you'll
Oh,
be.
I guess her
Or
man.
The one man treating you
Or
right,
the
the married
guy.
man at your job.
Right.
Right.
Or the one that's
My
that's
work
dicking you
husband.
down.
Right.
You know, the one that's dicking you down and just making you go crazy and you trying to form a relationship out of that.
Right.
But at the same time, he's not handling his business. So it's like, how can you make me come 3 times just by shaking my hand, but you can't fill out a goddamn job application? All they want to know is your first and last name and what you've been doing for the last 6 months. You
But
know
do
what
I,
I'm saying?
but do I put my first name first or my last name? Like, how does that work? Like,
I mean, I'm just saying. So it's like, why is it everybody?
you laughing, but that's real.
It's
I know,
real.
I know.
It's
I know.
real. And although you're not going to find the person with the whole package, everybody should have non-negotiable.
Okay.
Everyone should have
What's
non-negotiable.
that? Show me what that.
That's the things that you just not going to bend for. You shouldn't
Okay.
have to.
Okay.
And it sounds crazy that I should say, no, he needs to have a job. He needs to have his own place. You know what I'm saying? Non-negotiable.
In 2020, having a job and being a male, that just it come with it. It's
Shouldn't it?
validation.
You
Yeah.
think so?
I mean, you can't protect. I mean, well, you can't provide and be anything that your woman wants you to be if you don't have nothing coming
But we
in.
talked about
And
this,
you can't
though.
really call nobody a gold digger if they want you to help
You keep paying
with
for
life.
it.
You know what I
You keep
mean?
giving me
Like,
money.
I
So how can I
mean-
be gold digger when you keep
But
paying
you
me?
should, as a man, you should already have that for yourself.
You should want to.
You should want to.
If you really into the woman, you
Yeah.
really don't mind
Because
spending
what
no
you
amount of
offering
money.
me?
You-
What
I
are
mean,
you
and
offering
that's being
me?
honest.
Right.
I'm 30. I'll be 39 next month. If you really into the woman, money. No, I'm a Virgo.
I'm about
If
to
you-
say, when's your
money,
birthday?
Money is September 21st. Money is not an issue.
Right.
Mine
money
the
is not an
27th,
issue.
Deontay.
She say she like this. What
Mine the 27th.
of September?
Yes, sir.
You're a Libra.
I am.
Me and them Libras, honey.
My favorite cousin. Lee. But you shouldn't mind whatever restaurant she want to go to. If it's a nice bag, then you should save. But if you really into her,
Right.
if you really into her, money is not an issue.
Right.
You went to work, you earned that little money, and it ain't nothing to spend. You want to make her happy.
When
Yes.
I'm to you, I'm giving you everything too.
That's what
Right.
we do.
And I think that's what women not reminding men of. Every
Every woman,
woman-
everything, and I'm still empty as hell.
Every
Yeah.
woman is one of
Frustrating.
one, and she needs to treat herself as such.
Right.
Like I said on the show, I'm telling my daughters that treat
Right.
yourself like he can't get you nowhere else.
Right.
Yeah,
If
say
you
that
don't
again.
do right, you don't get it.
It ain't for one
I mean, if
Siobhan
you
Noel.
just want to have a orgasm, then that's fine. If you just want to do that, you can do that. It's so many women. On the planet.
Right.
If you want this passion, if you want this feeling, if you want this connection here,
Right.
then you got to
I
go
want to
about
carry
it.
your
You got
last
to do
name.
right.
That's what I want.
You got to do right.
Yeah.
And you got to make people go about it. Him just getting that like the box of blunts or doing that little simple stuff, and you just yay.
I know, girl.
You didn't work hard enough for yourself
Right.
and your business. So going back to the business, if you wanted people to pay you $10 for something, you can't everybody come in and they smile and they talk you down. You let them get it for $6.
Right.
Right.
You got to make people respect your business,
Right.
respect you as a woman, respect your body, the whole thing.
Right.
And I promise you, the type of man you want will love the adventure, the journey. The type of
He'll
man
rise,
you want.
he'll rise to the occasion.
Didn't I say journey?
He'll rise to the
I said
occasion.
journey.
The type of man you want
And the-
will love the hunt because real men want to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? We want to go after
And the
something.
wrong man will leave, and that's what you need.
Yeah,
though,
the
right?
man you don't want.
Yeah.
That's who you
Hold
weed
on,
out.
hold on. Leave
That's who you weed
and
out.
don't come back.
Yeah.
Stop diddle dabbling.
I
Stop
know,
coming
don't-
back.
The man
Leave
you
me
don't
alone.
want. He was only there for them 2-3 weeks. He seen he couldn't get it in 2 or 3
Right.
weeks. He left.
Right.
You didn't want him.
Right.
Be happy he left. Be happy he left.
I said that.
And I put a joke on my Bonnie and the City page. You know that whole posting a selfie and then they come running. Don't inbox me. Don't text.
Men look at that as snap.
It's not.
She's lonely. She must
Because
need
there's a
some.
lot of
When that
people
And so
post is
that's
so
when your
weird.
DM get
a lot
flooded
of
because it's
people on
like
there take it, but no,
Okay.
it's the type
it
of
depends.
selfie.
It's the type of
If
selfie.
you're
It's the
like,
type
if you're
of selfie.
I'm about to
like me, if I
say.
do a selfie like this and I'm like,
It's the type of selfie.
okay, cool,
Okay, I
bam. But if I'm like,
Got some little cleavage and
Looking
stuff.
hungry.
Right,
wait,
looking
you
hungry.
gotta pout the lips, you
Right.
gotta toot the right cheek, not the left cheek. You
Too
gotta toot
much.
the right
Listen
cheek,
now.
and then you doing all this. Then it's like, of course I've seen
So
lots
that's
of videos.
that's the thirst trap. Is
Or
that what
you
that
you
is?
working out and you just stop in the middle of the workout just to drop it like it's hot. I mean, come on now, you need
Right.
attention, sis.
Yeah.
But you the one. I'm so happy with my man, but let me tell you something. I think everyone wants attention. You like to be
Everybody,
noticed.
men
You want to
and
be
women.
men and
I
women. You like to
definitely
be noticed.
Yeah.
You want to be acknowledged.
Exactly.
Right.
But how
Acknowledge,
far
right.
are you going for that, sis?
Exactly.
How far are you going for
What
that,
type
bro?
of attention you want?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Because every one of your pictures, you don't got a shirt on.
Okay.
Every.
I mean, I can keep posting pictures with books, and I'm gonna get all the nerves.
True.
I'm gonna get all the nerves, and if that's the type of woman I want, then I should keep posting pictures with books.
Okay.
But if I want to
Posting
get
with books.
the women who trying to do other things, then I'm gonna post the pics with the glistening chest. I'm gonna post the pics in my drawers and all that stuff, and
Not
then
your-
and
not
the
them great
nerves
pants,
ain't gonna.
Deontay. He got them great pants. On? I thought he had them great pants.
Christian, so let's-
The
But
hoochie mama
you
outfit for the
feel me,
man.
though? If I'm looking for that type of attention, I'm glistening.
Right.
I'm in my drawers, and I'm biting my lip the whole thing.
Right.
And so the nerves, they didn't bite that. That's not who chimed in on that.
But you know, some
So it just depends on depending on what kind of
women like
attention
to
you're
play
looking
that
for.
part though. So you'll get those questionable women's play. Deontay, I love to read. You know what I mean? Like you gonna get them to play that role. We can play now.
True that,
You
true
know what I
that,
mean?
true that.
But
Teach-
that won't last long. The
Teach
front
me,
won't last
Deontay,
long.
how to read.
The front won't last
I was having a conversation. It wasn't
long. Let me get a man with some books in his.
It wasn't recent, but I had a conversation with my wife, and it was a conversation about how men think they are the one who gamed the women. They feel like they the one who had all that game and put it down that day. When in all actuality, if you saw a woman at the grocery store on Saturday and she gave you her number or whatnot, 9 times out of 10, or I just say 7 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, she saw you some weeks before that and dressed accordingly and was waiting for you, pretty much baited you, and you thought
I agree with that to an extent. I do.
You thought you gamed her.
I'm on the fence with that because when I'm dressed up, looking fly, lashes on, lips popping, you know what I'm saying?
The new wig, right?
Pop, pop, pop. Don't nobody holler at me, okay? I'll be like, I'll be in the parking lot like, nothing. Soon as I walk out in my old Clayton State pants with the bleach on it and my bleached white beater and my scarf on, men's out the woodworks, and I'll be like, sir, I just woke up. You really want to talk to me?
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
like
I
to
don't
show
know
up.
about dressing up to attract somebody because at the end, because it's like, I want you to be attracted to me when I'm dressed up, but I feel some type of way. It's like, okay, you see how I am and you still want to talk to me.
It's truth to both of those.
You
Yeah.
gotta understand what's happening. When you are dressed up and a man come and approach you, his confidence is up and he's not a predator, so to speak. He don't mind your confidence being up because you being dressed up means you feel
I
good.
was gonna
I
ask
It
you.
means your confidence is up here.
I
Okay.
was
So
gonna
when
ask
he
you
come
about that,
and you
Deontay.
like that, then you should probably
So when I got the bleached,
consider that.
when I got the bleached,
He
college
feel like
pants
your
on,
self-esteem
my
ain't
self-esteem
right.
is low.
He feel like your self-esteem
I
ain't
can
right,
bang her looking
and you
her.
some cut up, and you
Right.
probably ready right now. That's probably what he think.
I can move in her house by the end of the week.
Wow,
Yeah,
Deontay.
yeah.
Okay, now see you.
Is that
Hey man,
what
I
men
can't speak for
believe?
all men. I can't
Is
speak for
that what
all
men
men,
come
but
on,
hey
Beyonce,
man,
man
I'm
on the
out
line.
here.
'Cause
I'm out here.
honestly
You
gotta
now
tell
you just taught me something right there.
His self-esteem
Bam.
is low.
That's what I mean.
He
For
don't
him
want to
that-
do the hunting. He just
He,
want that
his
instant.
self-esteem is low, and that's a lot of men.
Right.
That's a lot of men who wait to see that vulnerable look in a woman's face, or to see her in her pajama
I
pants,
should
or to
take
see
off
her
my shoe and
down.
whack him. No.
Because the woman who came out dressed up with who's popping,
Uh-huh.
she not accepting just anything.
Right.
She
I'm
ready
the
to go.
same woman whether I'm dressed up or not, though.
Exactly.
He
Well,
don't, see, he don't
is
know that.
reality.
Right.
Perception is reality to everybody, all species. Perception is reality.
Yeah.
And his
So when we
perception
don't
of
know
you when
each
you
other-
dressed up is you ain't going for no crap.
When we don't know each other,
You
that's
ain't
all
going
he
for no
got.
crap.
Right.
A woman dressed up, that's a bad beast. So she looking for a baller, blah blah blah. I can't come.
That's a
I ain't got mine.
misconception.
Hey man, men,
But
men
you know
got
what?
some mental
You-
issues too.
Come on,
Thank
boy.
you for
Men got
admitting
some
to
mental
it.
issues.
Wow.
You just made
Real
stuff
talk.
real clear though, because like I said, both of y'all have some truth to what you're saying. Like I have seen what you said, where I've seen women go back and bait them,
Okay.
but then I've also seen that too. Like I can go out, not a lick of nothing on, you know what I mean, and they fall in your lap, and then I'm going out. Dolled up, you know what I mean? I done put every effort for it at that
Correct.
point.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Some of Deontay's effort, for that matter, some of your effort. You know what I mean? And cute as 3 buttons, right?
For your edges and everything.
Right, girl. Edges is
So you
late.
done paid for this look.
And
Literally.
I might get every stare, every Google, maybe even a couple compliments, but not one may ask me out.
I see that.
And so I feel like, okay, I just got labeled high maintenance. I just got labeled, above me or too much for me.
Right.
And
It's not because
exactly.
the right man still
Yes.
gonna approach.
Right.
Exactly.
The
So
right man feel like, oh, I can keep up with that.
right.
Exactly.
Yes.
I can keep your nails down, baby. Ain't
Right.
no issue. Shoot.
Exactly.
Because men notice that. Oh, her nails and her toes match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Right.
Really? Okay, cool.
I want the one who stepped out, who got the ashy bottom feet, who don't look like she even know nothing about keeping her nails done every month, because that's
Yeah.
low maintenance for me, because my
Right.
self-esteem is low. I don't gotta do a lot. I'm
Oh,
really
my
just trying to get
goodness.
in and get out.
Oh.
That's that guy.
Okay.
Now I'm not saying when you got your pajamas on every single time, the
Right.
guy wasn't sincere. Sometimes
Right.
y'all might have had a spark. Y'all might have turned around and said something to each other in the line, and it might have been some chemistry.
Right.
I'm just saying, for the majority, most of the part,
Okay.
most of the time, if y'all ain't did now, it shouldn't be. It ain't even no chemistry, and he all of a sudden make it seem like you just gorgeous.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I am cute,
he going for
even
the
without
gusto.
the makeup.
He
But
trying to get you this week.
I got a question.
He
for
trying to get you
Beyonce.
this week.
This came up about a month ago. A friend of mine had said, if you would be more submissive,
So we're not doing that. That's
you
that.
would be
We're
the
not talking
bomb.
about.
And my thing is,
you just said a whole cuss word.
Right.
if I was
More.
submissive, see people, and that's something that I hear men throw
Did
around
you give me a
a lot.
reason to
Right.
submit?
I agree.
But
If
why
we,
not
if we,
submit
but
to
if
you?
we,
Because I would
that's the first
submit.
thing. You're not, more, but more importantly,
I would have zero problem
more-
with it
but
if
more
you showed
importantly,
me that you
if
can
we're-
lead.
if we're talking about submissive in the biblical term, and I'm not even going to take it to church, however, in the sense of what submissive means, okay?
Yes.
The good book says,
Uh-huh.
okay, the husband is the head of the household, like Christ is the congregation, right?
Okay.
Okay, so
True.
you are submissive. I'm submissive. You're my leader. You take the lead in financial, spiritual, all the things of the household. Yes.
You're
Yes,
supposed to.
yes.
But that does not mean that I am not your partner. And that's what men are going wrong with. They think submissive is, you say submissive because you want me to shut the hell up. But I'm still a partner. You understand what I'm saying? So talk about,
Because we're equally yoked, right?
we're equal.
Yes.
I'm still
Okay.
your partner. I'm submissive.
I'm not your
but I'm still
puppy.
your partner. I still have a say so. I shouldn't have my opinion taken away because you think because I'm being submissive. That's not what that means. And I think a lot of people have that word
All right,
misconstrued.
So you just gave the biblical definition. Let's
I
talk
think
to
I think it was
Google.
Philippians. I think it was Philippians. Don't.
What is submissive, Google?
No.
According to
Second
the
John.
Bible, dominance and
I
submission
hear that a
is a
lot.
set of behaviors
I hear that
But I think women are able
submission
to
of
be
one person
submissive
to
to a
another
man
in
that
an
knows
erotic
how to
episode or
lead.
lifestyle.
Okay.
You gotta know how to lead.
Okay, so we got the Urban Dictionary, but we also have vocabulary.com.
Let's
We're gonna talk to vocabulary.com
Okay.
first.
Okay.
I don't like this definition. I don't even want to read it,
If
but
it ain't coming from the Bible, I want to hear.
Right.
Get the other side. What you got?
when
We
a
got the Bible side. What you got?
when an animal lives in packs, one animal is usually the dominant leader, while the others fall into more submissive roles. To be submissive is to obey
See,
or
But-
yield to someone. Lord, have
but it's not. It's not
Deontay.
obey. It's not obey in the sense of he's my daddy. That's not what that means. Obey in the sense of leadership because he's taking the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Not in because we all know, don't nobody come before God. So it's not obey
Exactly.
like that.
Right.
It's submissive in the sense of this is my husband. He's taking the lead in this household. He's
Right.
taking the lead in my spiritual needs, my
Right.
physical needs, my financial needs. That's
again,
what
show
that
me you can lead,
And show
and
me
I'll
you can
show
lead.
you I can
Show me you
submit.
can
Because if I follow Ray Ray, I'm gonna end up in a bag, baby. Okay,
Yeah.
I need someone with.
Yeah. So, okay, let's go back a little bit. So, I was married for 10 years,
Okay.
and my husband didn't have a problem telling me no. Now, if it was something that I wanted, then I didn't listen. And he took that as me not being he didn't take that as me not being submissive. He took that as that's something that she wants and she's passionate about, so we're going to roll with it. Does that make sense?
He's able to compromise.
So, right. There you go.
That's right.
So, at the end of the day, I knew or I trusted him enough as a leader or head of my household.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I knew to fall back or when to fall back.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if I want it, then I want it. And look, we're going to have to revisit this conversation. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Communication is
Right,
key.
right. And so it's just finding that balance. That's what
That's a very important
think-
word.
yeah.
I've seen both sides. I've seen women like, oh, when I got married, my husband threw all my clothes away because he just said I couldn't wear them.
No,
Or-
Oh,
Or
see,
I'll
no,
be
that's
like,
what
well,
we're not
hold
going to do.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Or, yeah, girl, I'll go out with you. Let me call him. Now, there's a difference in calling and say, hey, baby, I'm at the restaurant. Do you want something to eat? Or
Can I go to the restaurant?
can I go to
Right.
Exactly. You
Yeah,
see what
that's
I'm saying?
it's a
Right.
huge
So
difference.
it's a fine line that a lot of people
We
are
don't
not
ask for
gonna get.
permission, but you
And that's why I
communicate.
wanted the
Let me
married
know.
man
Yeah.
to chime in on that whole submissive, the role that the wife and the man and the husband plays in this
You
situation.
thought about this. Let's put the camera
Nah,
on.
I'm just listening to some of
I
these
can watch it.
extremes. I'm listening to some
The
of these
extremes?
the extremes that the men are doing. Yeah,
Okay.
because me personally, man, my wife, like, that's my nigga.
Come
Like,
on,
That's what's up.
like,
that's what I'm talking
Right.
about.
so when we say, she don't got to say, can I go? It's just
Right.
more,
Communicate,
me and
let
such
me
and
go.
such decide,
Yeah.
we finna go get some drink.
Because she's a
Exactly.
grown
You just communicate, let me know where you finna be at, cause you my homegirl, or 'cause,
Right.
we friends, and I just wanna know, you know what I mean? And if you
Just in case
disappear,
you get kidnapped,
if you
right?
disappear, I can at least tell them, yeah, she told me
Right.
she was at such and such.
Right.
Right.
But it ain't a, girl, hold on, let me call him and
Let me
see what he
ask
got.
if it's all
I've
right.
heard him say
Yeah.
it.
It
I've heard
ain't
him
like
say
that.
it.
I don't believe nobody should be throwing nobody clothes away. I don't think
I've
nobody should be putting
seen
their
it.
hands on
I've
nobody.
Yeah.
Communication is everything, but
Right.
perception is reality. So when somebody perceiving something the wrong way,
Yeah.
that's their reality.
Yeah.
If they downloading something the wrong way, they gonna act like it. Like, that's their reality.
Okay.
So if from afar, my wife saw me talking to Siobhan and we laughing and joking, and we might be just talking about how the baby boo-booed in their pamper and it went up their leg. But from
But I
afar,
was laughing
it looked
too
like
hard,
we flirted.
right.
If we don't never talk about it,
Uh-huh.
she gonna assume that's her perception.
Once
Right.
again,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
an
That's
insecure
gonna be the
man.
reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, that's an insecure man.
No, that'll be an insecure woman.
It's
If
an
she don't,
insecure woman. Because
If-
that
if we
Man,
don't
if you
talk
gotta
about
always ask may I and can I.
Oh, that's you too. Right. That's
No,
insecure man.
I don't agree
Because
with none of that.
there's different types of men. There's the men that compliment you, and there's the ones that want the whatever you like.
Exactly.
And I'm not that chick.
So the
Right.
submissive thing, going back to the topic, because that's what we got on. Okay, so me personally, I don't want a whatever you like.
Okay.
I don't want that.
Mhm.
I want a woman that can think
So
for
no-
herself.
Oh,
In the bedroom.
girl.
Okay,
That's what's
In the-
supposed to
but
be.
in the bedroom, but as far as everything else, I want you to be able to think with me. I want you to be my partner.
Because it's
I
a
don't want you
partnership.
walking behind me and me pulling
It's
you
a
like this.
partnership.
I want us to walk
It's a
head,
partnership.
shoulder to shoulder.
Each other.
When it's time for the business meeting, we both coming in.
It's
Right.
a
You know what I
partnership.
mean? We walking in like this.
It's
Not I'm coming
You
in.
wait
and
in
then
the
I
car,
gotta
honey.
introduce you. No, we walking in because
Right.
we both their head.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We both done talked about this. We both know what we walking in here
The
to
end
say.
goal is
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
It ain't gonna never be ooh, she was surprised because she didn't know where we were going with it. Because we partners.
Exactly.
So everything should be like that.
So
And get off,
so years ago when Whitney, may she rest in peace, was alive. At the time she was with Bobby Brown, her career was thriving.
Yes.
She was number one, everything on the charts. Bobby wasn't doing so good. Okay, Bobby was struggling. Okay, with no
True.
prerogative, no nothing, no you and me, nothing.
No
Tenderoni girl, nothing. Okay, they went
With
to
no prerogative.
no prerogative. It wasn't his prerogative.
He didn't have
He
no
was broke.
prerogative, right.
They went to the motherland. They went to Africa,
Right.
or and they were meeting some famous, not famous person, some I can't even remember. But anyway, it was a man, and he reached for Whitney's hand, and she backed up and let him shake his hand first.
That's protocol.
That's protocol.
I think so.
So-
It's respect. I say that. It don't got to go like that, but that's definitely
But
respect.
it's
That's
a different
That's
culture
definitely
though
respect.
over there.
Different cultures do different things.
Right.
In Islam,
So-
there's something called a gaze. You don't just stare at a woman all in her eyes and y'all be exchanging thoughts, mentally.
So was that
and stuff
submissive?
Like
Exactly.
Was that respect? What was that? Because I feel like she.
that was
From-
respect to her husband.
That's the point I was trying to
It
get,
was.
because even
That was
though
respect
he
for
may
her
not
husband.
have been the head in a certain aspect of their marriage,
Right.
she still tried to make him, you know what I'm saying, let him do his duty in that,
Mm-hmm.
shake my hand.
That
At
was
first I
honorable.
was like, this
That
is
was-
bogus.
No,
Because
that
I'm
was
like, what the
honorable on
fuck?
her
But then it was
part.
like,
Very, very, it
We
was.
I
don't know
thought
if they
about
was
it.
arguing, if they was good place, bad place, it don't even matter. That
Right.
was respect for her husband.
Right.
Showing him.
Right. So
Whether
that's
the man,
respect.
whether the man knew what was going on or not.
Exactly.
Showing Bobby, hey, here go a man.
Right.
You first.
Shake his
Right.
hand first.
Right, you first.
Shake his hand
Right.
first.
And then y'all can decide if you want me to introduce or you know.
Okay.
Exactly.
Ooh,
that
I'm
was-
learning some
that
stuff. Where
was-
my
that was-
pen at?
that was
Right.
respect
Let
for her
him
husband.
shake his hand first. Bam. Wrote it down. I need some
It's
tips.
culture stuff.
I
It's
need some
culture.
tips.
It's just culture stuff.
To me, I guess I see where that was coming from or
Okay.
whatever, but I guess I probably would have went ahead and with the hug, with the move out the way because you need to greet my husband as well.
Okay.
Not just hug on me and don't
Right.
act like my husband ain't
Right,
standing
right,
here
right.
or my significant other. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Exactly.
But go ahead.
I was in the grocery store. Me and my
Uh-huh.
wife was in the grocery store one day, and a woman walked up. She didn't really look like that, so I'm only saying that because I'm only saying that. No, I'm only saying that
Let
because
him
there was no
explain.
reason for my wife to act some type of way.
Oh.
That's the only reason I said
So
that.
you had to make your wife feel secure, but
Well, listen, a woman walked up and she wanted my help because she said I was tall and she wanted me to get something off the top shelf for her.
Okay.
She didn't say nothing to my wife. That was a problem. The
It
woman
is,
walked straight up
yeah.
to me and said, "Hey, sir, you're tall. Can you get this off the top shelf for me or something like that? I need your hand."
When she should have said, "Excuse me, ma'am, do you mind if your husband gets this off
Exactly.
the
That's my
shelf?"
point. Going back to what we was just
Right,
talking about.
right,
She
right.
skipped my wife completely.
Okay.
Me being just mannerable and just trying to be respectful. I ain't trying to make it a big deal. I saw what happened.
right.
But I don't want to just say, no,
How did you-
I can't help you
what
because
did
you didn't
do
speak to
now?
my wife.
So what did you do?
I want to help the lady.
Okay.
When I got back,
Mm-mm.
my wife let me know that was the issue.
Mm-mm.
That was the issue. And like I said, the woman didn't look like it was no way she could have felt like
It was innocent. It
I'm
was
saying.
innocent.
Well, let me just say this. She was an older woman. How about that?
I'm
No.
You're not an older
No.
woman.
I'm just saying that to say there was no reason for my wife to feel like, oh, my husband gonna try something or the lady gonna try something. That's not the feeling she got, is what I'm trying to convey.
It was
That's
just
not the feeling.
respect.
It was
It
still
was the respect. Yeah, it was
Right.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
It was just a respect thing.
Yeah.
Why you didn't say something to me about borrowing my husband
Right.
type of thing?
And
That's how
I-
she felt.
I was out on a date one time
That's how
with a
she
gentleman that sold cars, and a lady actually came up to me and did what you just explained, but she talked to me first. She said, "Hey, I bought a car from this gentleman," and I had no idea what she was talking about because it was actually a first date.
Right.
So I had no idea the man sold cars, to be
Right.
quite honest. And she was like, "I bought a car from the gentleman you're with. Do you mind if I ask him a question? Because I didn't want to step on your
Polite,
toes."
respectful.
And I said, "Yeah, sure, no problem." But I thought that was really nice of her because
I need to write
women
that down too.
don't
Because I be
It
talking
gets
to
rid of
everybody.
all of the
I
extra
be
thoughts
talking
and
to
feelings.
everybody. I
Like,
don't even
it
be
really
thinking
do.
about who's who. I be like,
Right.
oh, I see you got that shirt on. Did you get it from? And it be totally innocent.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, she's sitting there like,
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
because she got her
So,
own insecurities.
sometimes people are not cognizant of.
you could just really look at the woman, but be talking
So-
about his shirt and just be like, I really like that shirt.
So let's
It's
touch
just
on that
to keep the
though.
crap down. That's all.
What do y'all think should have happened differently then? Because
With your situation or his?
well, it's kind of one and the same. I think my situation was handled well.
It
So
was.
with your situation, what do you think could have been done differently? Because we can't control the women, the other people. So
Mhm.
between you and your wife, what do you think should have been done differently? Like, could you have joked it off and be like, "Well, if it's cool with my wife, I don't mind."
Right.
You know
Or,
what I
hey,
mean?
babe,
Or-
I'm gonna go help her for a
Me
minute.
personally,
Uh-huh.
and this is me personally.
Okay.
Me personally, I feel like if our relationship was where I would like it to be,
Mm.
that wouldn't even been an issue.
And feelings change.
That wouldn't even, like you wouldn't even
Okay.
You wouldn't even, like, it done been times we done been in the grocery store and my wife done been looking at canned foods or different things on the shelf and a man is shopping by himself and he want her opinion. I don't
Oh,
You don't
okay.
feel
I
no
don't
type of way
feel
about
no
that.
type of way. Now I'm gonna say most of the time it ain't no big swole dude or no baller looking guy coming over. So I don't feel like, man, he's just trying to get in. But at the same time, I don't feel no type of way. The guy might say, "So what kind of pinto beans you using?" It might be an older guy. And he said, "Oh, so you say these good? Oh, well, I'm gonna try them too." They like, you know, and I don't feel no type of way.
Right.
But yeah, if it's a dude,
But if he fine and he want to know what kind of black liquor she
Right.
like,
I
then
feel like, bro,
Man,
you trying to do an icebreaker.
oh,
I'm gonna feel like you trying to do an icebreaker, nigga. You see me standing
Oh!
You feel good as a man that your woman still got it?
back here.
Cause you know she got it,
I
right?
already know that.
Yeah, you
I
know
don't
she
need no
got it.
But it
confirmation.
might
in
make her feel good as a woman, like, oh, okay, yeah, I still
Y'all
got it.
can you can get
But
that
y'all do
feeling
it.
when you not with
Y'all
me.
do it.
I know
Not
you
in
get
front
that
of me,
feeling when you're not
right,
with me.
okay.
I know at least 3 people, and that's a small number. Try to holler at you when you're at Family Dollar.
Right,
Well,
right.
Family Dollar don't count.
Oh, listen at that.
Don't
Yo,
play it. Don't play it.
I'm
But
just
I
saying.
think there should be enough
Why you
confidence
with me?
in the
You
relationship.
shouldn't need that attention while you with me.
But some men like to show off they woman.
Exactly.
And
True.
then, some women look at my man. So I think there should be enough confidence between us that I'm not worried if a woman talks to you.
Right.
Okay, fine, take him. Let him, hey, honey, go get her bags, whatever. Because I'm confident enough to know
Man,
that
role
you,
play with it. Okay.
and if I lose you to the girl asking about pinto beans and you get the paper
I think
towel,
maybe-
baby, take him.
That's
Right.
not your guy, right?
Oh, you guys.
Right.
I
You
lost
can't
him
do
to
it
the
anyway.
paper
I want you
towel,
anyway.
lady.
You
Like,
can't
what?
prove.
Wait a minute, a lady in Kroger?
Right.
You can have them. You can have them. Because I'm not, because that goes back to
Your bond, your
investing
understanding,
in this relationship.
your
A
investment.
relationship
in
it
this
is an investment, and when you hear
Exactly.
investment, you think financial, but there's other things that need to be deposited from both of us.
Non-monetary investment,
Exactly.
non-tangible
So where
investments.
I know I can trust you enough to go here or whatever, and even in front of me,
Right.
and I not feel some type of way.
Right.
Who was that? I don't have time for that. I'm too old for
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you don't have to worry about that either.
Right.
But just know coming into a relationship, I do have guys that's friends.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had an ex. He would penalize me just because the guy called and said, "Hey, I heard your mama was sick." You know what I'm saying? So that comes from that confidence in the relationship.
Right.
Mhm.
And that understanding, that communication, and that balance. Those are key words for every relationship.
It is.
You guys, I've had a blast.
Yes.
Beyonce came through like a hurricane.
Okay.
But he dropped some tips. He dropped some tips.
Before
Right.
he pulled that
Glad to be
stool
here
up, he was
always.
like, I heard y'all on the app.
Oh, I was speed. I swear I was speed. I swear I was speed.
Like, I'm surprised he didn't call in on my phone. Like, put me on speaker.
I thought about that, but I want to be here. I kept hearing stuff like, no, I want to be there.
Ah.
I want to be in the mix.
Well, welcome
glad I
back,
came.
Deontay. We glad to see you. Tell us how your vacation was with the fam last week.
All right, so we went to the cabin. We went to, Ella J, Georgia.
Okay.
Okay.
We was at the cabin. It was
Yeah.
very, very nice. It was 3 floors. My
I heard
mother-in-law-
that it was good.
My
there.
mother-in-law and her husband, and my brother-in-law was on one floor. My sister-in-law and her son was on another floor, and that was the living room area. And then the den area was where all the kids was at, and me and my wife had our own room.
Okay.
And it was awesome.
That's what's up.
It was a lot of space. They kept talking about black bears, but I never saw one. As much as you don't want to see one, I wanted to see one. There was at one point we was drinking. Hey, at one point we was drinking, talking about throwing meat out in the grass. I mean, in the back, just so we could see was he gonna come.
What?
I know we didn't. Hey, we didn't, cause that ain't
So
our
what
thing.
was you gonna do when you saw it? I'm
Right.
just curious.
Right.
Just like
I tell myself I'm tough.
oh, okay.
That's good.
I-
Like a true Virgo,
Yeah,
baby.
I
Like
tell
a
myself
true
I'm tough.
Virgo,
I
baby.
had me a nice little
Y'all
knife,
could do anything.
and I had brought my pistol. Well, I had brought 2 pistols, but
You was gonna shoot the bear?
I wouldn't.
Lord Yogi.
Right, sir.
I mean, if it come up here, y'all want me to shoot it.
But you the one who the meat out.
Come to you.
I
You
never
do
did
the
it. I
secret
never
thing.
did it. I just wanted to see him. I just wanted
So
to
if
see
you
him.
would have came back early last week, we would have known you had seen a black bear and y'all had to get the hell on.
We
Okay.
never seen it. I wish. I go back.
Okay.
Just to see it. I ain't never
Well,
seen
I'm
it.
glad y'all had a good time. Oh, Lordy, y'all, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Y'all tell the people who you are again before we wrap it up. If you choose how you can follow, how they can follow you, all that kind of good stuff.
I'm Deontay R&B. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Melody33. And it's your turn, Chris.
Chris Street. Don't follow me yet.
I'm telling
I'm a teacher, so my students they be lurking. But no, just Chris Street. I'm on Facebook right now. I don't really be on my Instagram because I'm old. So
Antoinette, you can follow me on Facebook, Antoinette Nikki, or you can follow me on Instagram, Purposeful Events.
We went right to the end.
And last but not least, it's your girl, Siobhan Noel. Vonnie in the city, y'all. Make sure that you follow me on all social media platforms. Siobhan Noel, Vonnie in the city, Good Grief 007, and of course, Hits 92.3. It's been a pleasure, y'all. Make sure you catch us next week, same time, same place. Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. We out.
Peace.
Thank y'all.